According to Yale Medicine, over 50% of runners get injuries every year. So why are the running injury rates so high? Today I'll be looking at barefoot running and shod running, or running with shoes, on why barefoot running has decreased injury rates, and how today with the shod running or running with extra cushion has made actually put more shock on the body and has actually made injury rates increase. So I'll be looking at barefoot running and how it increases performance and efficiency, and how it decreases injury rates because of the better biomechanics of the foot. So I'm a nursing student and have studied the body and how it works as far as mechanically and anatomy and physiology. So to give you an example of what I mean when I'm talking about barefoot running or minimalist running, I'll be talking about barefoot running can include literally just running barefoot, or it can include shoes with that barefoot feel. So barefoot shoes are characterized by 0 toe to heel drop, so it's all the same height, and they have a wide toe box, which makes for that natural spread, and they're also very flexible, which allows for that natural feel. So your shoes don't really affect, so these shoes don't really affect how your body would naturally run. So it's basically essentially the same as barefoot running in the mechanics of how your foot will land and stuff. So how does barefoot running increase performance and decrease injuries with the body mechanics? So let's look at the biomechanics and how it is better with barefoot running compared to shod running. So Daniel Lieberman did a 16-week study on shod runners transitioning to barefoot running. So he looked at how shod runners tended to strike with their heel first because of all that cushion. They struck with their heel when they ran, when they landed, and that put a lot more shock on the knee and the whole leg and the internal structures there. And barefoot runners, he noticed, would begin to run with the more forefoot or midfoot of their foot, which put less shock on their heel and wouldn't send that shock throughout their body, which decreases injury rates because of that. Then also look at Azevedo looked at how the shod runners, Azevedo did a study on shod runners and barefoot runners, and he noticed that shod runners, because of that extra shock, the body had to compensate by activating more muscles, and the activating more muscles with the shod running increases injury rates as well. So therefore, barefoot runners don't use as much muscle activation, so it decreases injury rates for barefoot runners as well because of the decreased muscle activation and the decreased shock and better body mechanics of how the foot works. Decreases those running injuries. And we also look at the performance and efficiency of how barefoot running works. And we noticed Neil Baruti did a study as well on, he did more of like a treadmill study where they would run on the treadmill, and then he'd measure their VO2 max, which basically is how efficiently your body uses oxygen. So he noticed an increase with runners with who ran barefoot. Their VO2 max was higher, so their body was more efficient with how they used the oxygen, and it was more efficient, and their performance was higher. Then we can also see that barefoot runners have faster times, because if you increase your performance and efficiency, you obviously can have more capability to do more. So Katie Thomas, from a New York Times article, wrote, quote, "Barefoot runners are not new to marathon courses. Abdi Bikila of Ethiopia won the marathon in bare feet at the 1960 Rome Olympics, but their ranks have grown in recent years." End quote. So barefoot running is becoming more popular because people are realizing how efficient and how important performance increases with that. And we see that it is more efficient and decreases injury rates as well. So next time you go out running, toss your shoes and run naturally and see how it goes.